Welcome into Bruin Basketball Live right here on YouTube. You're getting set to watch the Lady Bruins on the Cardinals from North Idaho College. We got about 6:50 to go before tip-off. Hopefully you guys can hear me out there. If you can't, looks like I'm about to get a text. So that's always exciting. But the Bruins come into tonight with one loss in conference, and they are 2-1. They fell to Snow College in their last home conference game. As they, can you turn it down at all? I'm right in the green on my end. Sorry. Is that okay? Okay, cool. Welcome in on Radio SLCC, your online student source. I'm Zach Hodge, bringing you live play-by-play action of Bruin basketball here tonight, as it is the Bruins getting set to take on North Idaho College from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. We have a doubleheader for you, and first up it is the women's teams. As the Bruins come into tonight 2-1 in conference, they lost their last conference home game right here inside Bruin Arena as they fell to Snow College. That dropped them to 2-1 as they picked up road wins in their first two conference games against USU Eastern and CNCC. Coming into tonight, the Bruins are tied for second place in conference with CSI. CSI's at 2-1 as they also lost to Snow College. As Snow's 3-0 in first place in the conference, Snow's 15-1 overall. The Bruins are 14-4, and then this NIC team tonight, they are 1-2 in conference as they've lost to both CSI as well as USU Eastern. NIC comes into tonight with a 12-5 record overall and a fourth place spot right now in conference. We're about 40 seconds away from tip-off. But the Bruins come into tonight on a two-game winning streak. Over the break, they knocked off Seward Community College 25-51, and they beat Treasure Valley Community College 86-46. Their lone loss during the break was to Hutchinson Community College as they fell there 55-46. The Bruins come into tonight number 15 in the country, as we do have three teams in the Scenic Western Athletic Conference currently ranked, as Snow's at number 10, and then CSI is down to number 25. So a really competitive conference this year in women's basketball, and it should be a good one. Stick with us. We're going to have the national anthem now, and when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and tip-off for you live right here on Radio SLCC, as well as KSL.com.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome back in on Radio SLCC as well as KSL.com. I'm Zach Hodge, bringing you live play-by-play action of Bruin basketball here tonight. First up, it is the ladies' turn, and we have the starting lineups. First for NIC, it will be number 12, Marcy Benedict. She's a 5'7" freshman guard out of Lebanon, Oregon. Number 15, Bailey Schroeder. She's a 5'9" sophomore guard out of Benton City, Washington. Number 23, Kara Staggs. She's a 5'7" sophomore guard out of Okanagan, Washington. Number 24, Monica Landek. She's a 5'8" freshman guard out of Issaquah, Washington. And number 25, Sabrina Earl. She's a 6'1" sophomore forward out of Medical Lake, Washington. The Cardinals are coached by Chris Carlson. He is assisted by Terry Carlson. NIC comes into tonight with a 12-5 overall record and a 1-2 record in conference. And now the starting lineups for your Salt Lake Community College Bruins. First off, it will be number 3, Rashawn Gilkin. She's a 5'6" sophomore guard out of Lund, Sweden. Number 5, Cassidy Whitney. She's a 5'11" sophomore forward out of American Fork, Utah. Number 10, Clarissa Saavedra. She's a 5'7" freshman guard out of Phoenix, Arizona. Number 11, Shelby Richards. She's a 5'8" freshman guard out of Riverton, Utah. And number 32, Tanisha Daniels. She's a 6-foot sophomore post out of Brigham City, Utah. The Bruins are coached by Betsy Specketer. She's assisted by Alicia Harris, Marcelina Gray, and Jamie Mokafisi. The Bruins come into tonight with a 2-1 record in conference, and they are 14-4 overall and ranked number 14 in the conference. It should be a good one, as these two teams, year in and year out, have a really good matchup. For the most part, NIC usually brings a lot of pressure on defense. It's their defense that causes a lot of their offenses. NIC usually looks to press and put a lot of pressure on the backcourt of their opponent. On the Bruins side, they play a lot of man-to-man in the half court. Not much full court pressure to be seen, but it is the 3.5 guards, as they have their normal guards, but then Cassidy Whitney can really handle the ball well. She's their 4, and she's jumping center against Sabrina Earl. Ball is in the air, and Earl wins the tip back to Benedict. Benedict comes out running the point. Gilkin on her. Gives it to Schroeder. Schroeder looking to drive. Cut off by the Bruin defense. And now she throws it out of bounds. It gets tipped out of bounds off the Bruins. NIC to inbound on the baseline. They get it in quickly to 23. Kara Staggs, and Staggs knocks down the 3. And NIC's on the board first, 3-0. Bruins with it into the front court. Richards to Saavedra. Now Whitney on the left wing. Whitney goes into the post to Daniels. Daniels works to the baseline, kicks it back out to Saavedra. Her 3 on the way. It's good. We're square at 3. Couple outside shots made early by both teams. Schroeder with it into the front court. Richards on it. Goes to the left wing to Landick. Landick with Whitney on her. Landick goes inside to a cutting Benedict. She loses the handle, gets it back, and is in the corner with Saavedra on it. Goes in the post to Earl. Earl works into the paint, puts it up with the right hand. Hard up the backboard, no good. And Richards with the board for the Bruins. Richards hands to Saavedra. Now to Gilkin. Whitney with it on the left wing. Now to Gilkin up top, and the Bruins reset. NIC in a man-to-man. They go over the top. Inside. Now they kick it to Saavedra. Her 10-footer's on the way. No good. Gilkin's there for the board. She puts up the putback. No good. And Daniels pulls down the board. Now the Bruins reset. Gilkin with it up top on the left wing. Saavedra, a great pass inside to Daniels, and Daniels lays it in with the left hand. Great pass. As Tanisha Daniels picks up her first points of the night. NIC back on offense. Landick with it, goes into the corner to Earl. To Stagg. She has it poked away from behind, and the Bruins quickly into the front court. Cassidy Whitney going to the rim, puts it up with the right hand, no good, but she'll go to the line for 2. Foul's called on number 25, Sabrina Earl. Her first team foul on NIC. Cassidy's first free throw is well short, no good. Bruins up 5-3. Whitney's second free throw is good. gives the Bruins a 6-3 lead. NIC with it. Benedict running the point, gets it to Schroeder. Schroeder works into the key. And we're going to get a foul called on the drive on Shelby Richards. Her first team foul on the Bruins. Inbounding on the baseline will be Schroeder. And we're going to get a 5 call as the Bruins do a good job of denying the inbounds pass. The Bruins have it now. Gilkin into the front court. Works it around. Whitney with it now on the right wing. Up top to Saavedra. 3 on the way. It's real short. The rebound goes long and out of bounds. NIC takes over.
Look the ball off that. Demand the ball off that back pick. You're open. Yeah. Give it to her off the back pick.
NIC with it into the front court. That's taken away. Gilkin tips it. Richards comes out with it. Richards into the front court. Great pass to Gilkin, and she finishes with the left hand. Rashawn Gilkin picks up her first 2 of the night. And we're going to get a timeout taken by NIC. We will take it as well. Bruins up 8-3, 16:53 to go here in the first half on Radio SLCC and KSL.com. Reaching in on King. It's called on the floor. Bruins to inbound on the baseline. Nope.
They're shooting.
Bruins to inbound on the baseline.
Put your fingers up, come on.
Gilkin gets it into Daniels. Gilkin's 15-footers real short. The board pulled down by NIC. King works it quickly into the front court. We're going to get a foul called as she dribbles up on Gilkin. Her second team foul. King with it up top. Runs pick and roll with Swanson. She'll put up a laser beam of a 3. It's no good, but the outlet pass by Daniels is tipped away by Skaggs. Goes out of bounds. Bruins retain possession on the sideline. Richards running the point now for the Bruins. NIC still in their man-to-man. They go to the high post to Whitney. Whitney with Swanson on her, crosses over. Works into the paint, puts it up with the right hand, no good. Tamani with the board, but her outlet pass is taken away by Gilkin. And now Saavedra resets the offense. Saavedra goes up top to Whitney. They try going over the top to Daniels, but Whitney's pass goes deep and out of bounds. Turnover by the Bruins. Subs for the Bruins as number 31, Elsa Paulson-Glantz checks in for Gilkin, and number 44, Tara Goldman checks in for Cassidy Whitney. King running the point into the front court, runs pick and roll with Swanson. She hands to Staggs. Staggs 3 on the way, and she is 3 for 3. And she is all the offense NIC needs. It's 11-9, and all 9 go to Staggs from deep. Timeout taken by the Bruins. It's up to 30-second variety. We'll stick with it right here. As the Bruins have gone up 11-9. Leading the way for the Bruins, two players with 3 points, as both Clarissa Saavedra as well as Shelby Richards have both knocked down threes here early in the first half. And as I said, Kara Staggs leading the way for NIC. She comes into tonight averaging 15.8 points. Leading scorer on NIC's team. Shooting 30% is all from the three-point line, but really filling it up tonight. NIC comes out of the timeout, little half-court trap. Bruins cross the timeline, are good. And Paulson Glantz with it. Now that NIC falls back into their 2-3 zone for the first time tonight, and the Bruins turn it over. Swanson comes away with it. King looks to push, gets it to Skaggs. Skaggs dribbles inside the three-point line. It's hard off the iron, no good, and Daniels with the board for the Bruins. Slick looks to run. Saavedra into the front court. NIC still in the man-to-man. Saavedra, 15-footer, well off the mark. The board grabbed by Swanson for NIC. NIC looking to run. They push ahead to Landick. Landek's pass is taken away. Richards with it. Richards out in front, puts it up with the right hand and finishes strong. Shelby Richards gives the Bruins a 4-point lead at 13-9. King with it to Landick. Landick looking to drive on Saavedra. Gives it to Staggs, and we're going to get a reaching foul called on Clarissa Saavedra. It's her first 13th foul on the Bruins. Subs for the Bruins as Giltkin checks in, as does Mata Epenisa. And with that, we've reached our first media timeout with 12:56 to go. Bruins up 13-9 right here on radio SLCC. Welcome back in on radio SLCC as well as KSL.com. I'm Zach Hodge bringing you live play-by-play action of Bruin basketball. And it's the Bruins up 13-9. But Kara Staggs with it. And she's been on fire here lately. She gives it off now to Benedict. And we're going to get a foul called on the floor on Mata Epenisa. It's her first 4th team foul on the Bruins. And now NIC to inbound on the baseline. Bruins still in their man-to-man. NIC gets it in to Staggs. She penetrates, and we're going to get a blocking foul called on the Bruins. This one's going to be called on Goldman. Tara Goldman picks up her first 15th foul on the Bruins. As Staggs' hot shooting here in the first half has caused the Bruins to really get out on her. Open up the driving lanes for her, and she's drawn a few fouls here. NIC with it. As Earl puts it up, it's no good, and the rebound is grabbed by Paulson Glantz for the Bruins, and she's fouled as she tries to get out in transition. Foul called on number 23, Kara Staggs. Her first 13th foul on NIC. Subs for NIC as number 44, Grace Varco checks in. And number 24, Monica Landick checks back in. As Earl and Staggs check out. Bruins with it. NIC still in their 2-3 zone. They give it to Gilpkin at the short corner on the right side. She goes cross court to Richards. Richards, 3 on the way, around, no good. And the board falls to Paulson Glantz, and she's fouled by number 15. That'll be Bailey Schroeder. Her first, 4th team foul now on NIC's. Both teams getting pretty close to the bonus here pretty early in the first half. Subs for the Bruins as Cassidy Whitney checks in for Tara Goldman. Gilpkin trying to get the inbounds pass, can't get it in. She takes a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout called by Gilpkin, so we'll stick with it right here. Bruins up 13-9. Leading the way so far for the Bruins. With 5 points, it is Shelby Richards. She's 2 of 3 from the floor, 1 of 1 from the three-point line. And then Tanisha Daniels, she's got 2 points on 1 of 1 shooting and also 3 boards. Bruins so far 5 of 12 from the field for 41%. NIC 3 of 6 from the field, 3 of 5 from the three-point line. So the Bruins have attempted twice as many shots, but are only up 4. Bruins with 3 offensive boards already here early in the first half. Subs for NIC as Staggs returns for Schroeder. Gilpkin to inbound on the baseline, gets it into Epinesa. Richards with it, goes in the left corner to Gilpkin. Now Gilpkin sets up the offense. King's on her. Gilpkin goes through the double pick. The right wing to Whitney. Whitney looking inside. 6 on the shot clock. Gilpkin going to the basket, puts it up with the left hand. It doesn't draw any rim, but NIC pulls down the board. Staggs comes out with it. Staggs has it taken away, but Gilpkin takes it away, but then she shuffles her feet. Travel called on the Bruins.
That's why she traveled.
Turnover goes to NIC. King with it up top. Richards is on her. Gets it to Landick. Staggs with it. Looks Gilpkin on her. Looking to penetrate. Gets into the lane. Puts it up with the right hand and gets it to go. Kara Staggs has 11. Bruins up 13-11. 11:05 to go. Richards with it on the left wing. Goes into the post to Daniels. Daniels kicks it out to Gilpkin, and Gilpkin's 3 is up and good. NIC with it quickly into the front court. Landick takes the baseline and finishes with the right hand. First points of the night from someone other than Staggs, as Monica Landick gets her first 2. NIC Bruins with it. NIC in a 2-3 zone. Paulson Glantz goes to the baseline to Gilpkin. Gilpkin's 10-footer is up and good. Gilpkin has 7. Bruins up 18-13. Landick. Paulson Glantz is on her on the left wing. Landick takes the baseline. Shot's no good, but it falls right to Schroeder. Her putback's no good, but she's going to go to the line for 2. As the foul's going to be called on Gilpkin. That's her second. 16 foul on the Bruins.
You guys got to get there. Get to the board. Sub. Come on, ladies.
At the line for 2 will be number 15, Bailey Schroeder. Schroeder's first one is up and no good. Subs for the Bruins is Sabedra as well as Goldman return as Paulson Glantz checks out. And Gilpkin checks out. Second free throw by Schroeder is also no good. Idaho going to get a foul called on the rebound on number 32. That's Caitlin Beamer. Excuse me. Excuse me, the foul's called on white 32, not red 32. So it's foul called on the Bruins. It's on Tanisha Daniels. So at the line for the 1-and-1 will be Grace Larko. That's team foul number 7. And she makes the front end. Larko earns the second. The second one is no good. Goldman pulls down the board for the Bruins. Bruins up 4, 18-14. 9:45 to go here in the first half. Whitney with it up top. NIC still in their 2-3 zone. Saavedra on the left wing. Goes cross court to Richards. Richards tries dumping it inside to Goldman. But Swanson comes out with it, and then she's tied up by the Bruins. And the Bruins have the arrow. Richards will inbound on the baseline. Oh, Whitney was wide open. Now they get it to her, but it's too late. Whitney backs it out. NIC now they're man-to-man. Goldman on the left wing. Goes to Saavedra at the high post. She thinks about handing it to Goldman. Now she gives it to Whitney. Whitney's 18-footer is up and good. Cassidy Whitney gets her first 2 points of the night. The Bruins go up 20-14. Barco with it. Hands to Benedict. Benedict with Richards on her. Looks to drive. O'Gray pass to Barco. She can't handle the pass initially. And it's taken away by Cassidy Whitney. Saavedra with it now. Saavedra. O'Gray pass to Goldman. But Goldman misses the wide open layup. But Whitney grabs the offensive board and gets it to Saavedra. Bruins looking to go swagger in their offense. They go inside to Goldman. Goldman puts it up, no good, but we're going to get a blocking foul called on NIC. Foul called on number 44, Grace Barco, her first.
Keep it up, Bruce.
First free throw by Goldman is up and good.
Shot, here we go, Mike.
Goldman with her first point of the night. Bruins go up 7, 21-14, 8:30 to go. Goldman's second is hard off the back of the iron, no good. And Tamani pulls down the board. Benedict with it into the front court. Gives it to Staggs. Staggs gets into the paint, cuts to the basket, puts it up with the right hand, no good. But she's going to go to the line for 2. Foul called on Goldman. Her second, 8th team foul on the Bruins. Kara Stagg going to the line for 2. She has 11 so far here tonight. She has all their field goals from the field but one. Staggs first is up and good. Subs for NIC as King returns, as does Schroeder. Staggs set for her second. It's around off the back of the iron, no good, and Schroeder comes out with it. And then she dribbles it off of Goldman's foot and out of bounds. NIC to take over. Subs for the Bruins as Goldman's going to check out as Paulson Glantz checks back in. Staggs gets it in quickly to Tamani right on the post. She hands it back to Staggs. She loses the handle. Now we're going to get a jump ball called, between Staggs and Daniels. Bruins arguing that she was out of bounds. Staggs was. But NIC has the arrow and will inbound on the baseline. King gets it into Staggs. She thinks about the long three. Now she goes into the post to Tamani. She hands it to Swanson. Swanson's pass taken away, and the Bruins come out with it. We're going to get a foul called on number 10, Katie King. As the Bruins try to bring the ball up, that's her second 16 foul on NIC. Richards with it on the right wing. Up top to Sabedra, now to the left wing to Paulson Glantz. Paulson Glantz penetrates, kicks it back to Richards. Richards gets into the lane, puts it up with the right hand, can't get it to go, but she'll go to the line for two. Foul called on number 55, Panassi Tamani. It's her first 7th team foul on NIC. And Shelby Richards at the line for two. First one is off the front of the iron, no good. Richards comes into tonight the leading scorer for the Bruins at 12.8 points per game. But she's only shooting 56% from the line as she goes 0 for 2. And it's NIC with the board. King with it. Runs pick and roll with Swanson. Gets it to Staggs. Staggs looking to drive. Hands to Schroeder. And we're going to get a reaching foul called on Cassidy Whitney. It'll be Whitney's first personal, 9th team foul on the Bruins. So from here on out, NIC will be in the double bonus. Subs for NIC as Staggs is going to check out as number 24, Monica Landick, checks back in. 1-1 is well short. The board's pulled down by Daniels. She pushes ahead quickly to Sabedra. But we're going to get an offensive foul called on Clarissa Sabedra. It'll be her second. And we're already in the double bonus for NIC. King quickly into the front court. Crosses over on Richards, goes right inside the Tamani. Her layup is missed, and it's Paulson Glantz with the board for the Bruins. Paulson Glantz drops it to Richards. NIC back in their zone. Paulson Glantz goes inside to Daniels. She goes up top to Richards. Richards goes to the high post to Whitney. A great pass inside to Tanisha Daniels, and she finishes with the left hand. Daniels has 5. Bruins are up 8. 23-15, 6:28 to go. Schroeder. Paulson Glantz on her. Goes up top to Tamani. Her pass to King almost taken away by Richards. Landick with it now. Landick gets into the paint, kicks it out to Schroeder. 3 on the way. It's around, no good. Daniels with the board for the Bruins. Sabedra pushes ahead to Paulson Glantz. She goes cross court to Richards. Richards will put up a 3, and it's a long 2. Bruins up 10, 25-15. Richards has 7. Bruins with their biggest lead of the night. On the other end, Landick's pass is almost taken away by Sabedra. They get it to Schroeder, now to Tamani. Her 8-footers hard off the iron, no good. Bruins with the board. Sabedra looks to run. Tries going over the top to Daniels. Daniels isn't watching, and now we're getting a timeout taken by NIC. It's a full timeout. Bruins up 25-15. 5:22 to go here in the first half on radio. SLCC, your online student source. Welcome back in on radio SLCC as well as KSL.com. You're watching and listening to Bruin basketball. And it's the Bruins up by 10, 25-15, 5:22 to go here in the first half. Subs for the Bruins as Gilpin returns. And it will be NIC's ball. King with it into the front court. Gilpin on her. Fields to the right wing to Staggs. Staggs looking to run pick and roll with Whitney. Excuse me, with Funko. King with it now. Gilpin on her. Takes the baseline. Keeps it cross court to Landick. Her three from the corner on the way, and it's good. Monica Landick puts in her first three of the night. Cuts the Bruin lead to 7. Gilpin with it up top. NIC. Back in their man-to-man. Goldman looking to back down Landick. Puts it up with the right hand and count it in the foul. Tara Goldman finishes with the right hand. Foul called on number 24, Monica Landick. Her first personal, 8th team foul on NIC. And with that, we've reached our immediate timeout. Bruins up 27-18, 4:39 to go right here on radio, SLCC and KSL.com. Welcome back in on radio SLCC and KSL.com. You are listening to live Bruin basketball as it's the women up first as we will have a doubleheader. Men are set to tip off at 7:30. But right now with 4:39 to go here in the first half, it's the Bruin women up 27-18. And at the line for her and one free throw is Tara Goldman. Goldman, a 5'11" sophomore from North Logan, Utah, by way of Skyview High School. Goldman's free throw is good. Bruins go back up 10, 28-18. Schroeder with it, goes to the left wing to Staggs. Up top to Landick. Landick running pick and roll. With Varco, she'll put up another three. It's hard off the iron, no good. Whitney with the board for the Bruins. Cassidy slows it down and gets it to Gilpin on the left wing. Gilpin gets into the paint. We're going to get a foul called on the drive. Will be the one-on-one. Foul called on Staggs. It's her second, 9th team foul. Stepping to the line for free throws. This is Rashawn Gilpin. Coming into tonight, she's at just about 80% from the line. First one is up and good. Gilpin earns the second and gives the Bruins their biggest lead of the night at 11, 29-18. Subs for the Bruins as Paulson Glantz is going to check out as Richards returns.
Shelby, don't get hit. Do not get hit.
Second free throw by Gilpin is good. She goes 2 for 2. Subs for NIC as Mariah Swanson checks in for Schroeder. NIC with it into the front court. Keying on. Brings it up. Gets it to Landick. To Swanson, now to Landick. Landick on the right wing. Gets it to Staggs. Staggs on the offense tonight for NIC. Kicks in the corner to King. King's three on the way, and it's good. NIC knocks down another three. To keep it close, get it back within single digits. Bruins up 9. Oh, great pass by Richards inside to Daniels. She misses the layup. NIC pulls down the board. Staggs with it. Thinks about the long three. Now she goes to Landick. Up top to Marco. Landick looks to go into the post. Now she goes up top to King. King looks to drive. Gets cut off. A great pass to Staggs, who finishes at the rim with the right hand. Kara Staggs has 14. Bruins up 7, 30-23, 3 minutes to go here in the first. Richards on the right wing, looks to penetrate, spins on Staggs, gets into the paint, puts it up with the right hand and finishes it. Shelby Richards spins her way to the rim. She has 9, leading scorer for the Bruins. King with it for the Cardinals. King kicks in the corner to Landick. Another three on the way. It's hard off the iron, no good. But Barco's there for the board for NIC. She kicks it to King, and King knocks down the three this time. Bruin lead down to 6, 32-26. Gilton gets into the paint, puts it up with the right hand, but it's swatted away by Swanson. And NIC comes out with it. King pushes ahead to Landick. Landick, three from the right wing. Long two. It's no good. Gilkin quickly into the front court. Gilkin drops it off inside to Daniels. Daniels puts it up with the right hand. It's no good. But she's going to go to the line for 2. As she gets fouled by number 33, Mariah Swanson. That's her first 10th team foul on NIC.
Felicia Daniels to the line for 2.
33-26. Bruins so far tonight shooting 12 of 25 from the field for 48%. NIC at 9 for 20 at 45%, but NIC is 6 of 12 from the three-point line. The Bruins have shot it pretty well as well at 3 for 5. Bruins with it. Giltkin goes right to the rim. Her layup's no good. The board pulled down by NIC. Staggs with it. Paulson glance on her. Goes up top to Benedict. Now back to Staggs. She's going to put up a 15-footer, but she's going to get called for a travel. She shuffled her feet before she could get the free throw up. So the Bruins take over. Gilpin with it into the front court. 45 on the game clock, 24 on the shot clock. Gilpin with King on her. Takes the baseline, pulls up from 10. It's no good, but we're going to give an offensive foul for a push-off called on Gilpin. That's her third. .33 seconds to go, about 6 seconds between shot clock and the game clock. Staggs with it. Gets it back to Benedict, back to Staggs. Her three from the corner is no good. Board pulled down by Whitney. The Bruins quickly into the front court. Whitney tries a bounce pass to Paulson Glantz, but it's kicked by NIC. Subs for the Bruins as Giltkin's going to check out as Richards returns. Inbound baseline. Richards gets it into a cutting Cassidy Whitney. Her layup's no. Foul called on number 33. That's Mariah Swanson. Her second. At the line for 2 is Tanisha Daniels. Daniel's first free throw is short and no good. Daniel so far tonight was 6 points.
Shelby, you take ball.
Set for the second. That one is around and good. Into the front court. Looks to go to the rim. Gets cut off. She kicks it out. King's three is no good. And we will go to the half with the Bruins up 34-26.
They wanted, there was feedback. I don't know how much feedback. There was feedback. I would say most of it was good. The upper top of the however, I had a good relationship with him. I thought what he had to
Well, yeah, real. That's a match. So she today they have their fish. So, I'm going to be in Venom.
But it's not going to so we kind of cut off one hand, thinking we had, and nothing.
One thing I want you to do.
We don't have anything.
So last time I had
So be careful what you want to pass.
And one of the things is I told him so we had a couple of plays where curls from me goes back to the trail and then goes that's quick. So I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm like, stuff like that. I think I'm still trying to tell his ball philosophy. What is it? Yeah. And so, it's just seeing play, right? That says, in your mind, every time you see a slot, you're sitting there saying, you should say, okay, where's the goal going? That's something totally bad. Like, I'm going. That's my point. I know it. So I guess I'm just have to be ready to know it. That's the point. And then Matt found it. He's like, son. And I said, Matt ruled it. I'm like, okay, before the foul. Kind of like he was still trying to decide, should I or shouldn't I? Oh, Matt got it. Okay, must have been. So he's like, no, I just. So he was, but his. That'd be awesome. Well, you know what? You're strong to call it out. He's kind of bad. So I think it would be beneficial. I just want you to know that because he's always been scoring. What do you do? Because I ordered it, because I'm the one who ordered it. So you're saying the guy this age, I know. So how much are ready for softball? Because I mean, they've only got 3 weeks off the... Yeah. Vegas, where else are going? Vegas. Are you going to Vegas at all then? I'm not going to Vegas this year. Not the lost some of the weeks going up there. The weekend after that, I'm going to Phoenix. Are you really going to Vegas? That's great. That's what I was just got to show my facility. I don't know if you know. You know, part of it is because I got a red right back. No, that was because oh yeah. I just put on my camera. We got the Dolby camera.
So they voted me in.
Where's Deej tonight?
Well, stuff like, you know, you get late. And it does. It doesn't work. You know, so I had a girl that and I go, this is the 2, this is the 1. But, you know.
I wore it to support you.
Welcome back in on radio SLCC as well as KSL.com. I'm Zach Hodge bringing you live play-by-play Bruin basketball action. We are at the half of our first game of our doubleheader. And it's the Lady Bruins up 34-26. Leading the way for the Bruins. They're in the first half. We had two players with 9 points as Rashawn Giltkin finished 3 of 8 from the field. She was 1 of 1 from the three-point line. She also had an assist to go along with her 9 points. And then Shelby Richard also finished with 9, going 4 of 6 from the field, 1 of 2 from the three-point line. She also pulled down a board, had an assist and 2 steals. As a team, the Bruins finished 12 of 27 from the field for 44%. On the NIC side, leading the way for them with 14 points was Kara Staggs, as she's 3 of 5 from the three-point line and 5 of 7 from the field. She also had a rebound and an assist. NIC shot 43% from the field there in the first half at 9 for 21. They were 6 for 13 from the three-point line for 46% and 2 for 7 from the free throw line for 28%. So that gets us to our 34-26 lead for the Bruins. And to start the second half for the Bruins, it will be Richards, Daniels, Whitney, Giltkin, and Saavedra. For NIC, it will be Staggs, Varco, Landick, and then Schroeder and Benedict. The Bruins get it into Giltkin. Benedict's on her. Now they're working around Whitney with it on the right wing. Whitney goes up top to Saavedra. Saavedra looks to drive, gets cut off. Almost gets it taken away. Now she gets it to Giltkin. Giltkin goes into the post to Daniels. Daniels fakes to the baseline, goes to the middle, puts it up with the right hand and gets a roll. Good take by Tanisha Daniels. She pushes the Bruin lead back out to 10, 36-26. Landick with it. Looks at the Benedict and now to Staggs. Staggs with Richards on her. Staggs looks to drive, runs into Daniels, puts it up with the right hand, no good. Daniels with the board for the Bruins. Giltkin into the front court. Goes past Benedict. She gets fouled. They're going to call it on the floor. Foul's called on Benedict. That's her first team foul on NIC. Bruins get it into Whitney, and Cassidy Whitney lays it in with the left hand. Push the Bruins out to a quick 12-point lead, 38-26. Cassidy, she has 5. NIC with it. Staggs on the right wing. Up top to Schroeder. Schroeder crosses over on Cassidy, but it's taken away by Saavedra. Saavedra into the front court, goes up and lays it in with the right hand. As the Bruins come out hot here in the second half, and we're going to get a timeout taken by NIC. As the Bruins score 6 straight to kick off the second half. They go up 40-26, 18:25 to go here in the second half. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay with it right here. Bruins come out on fire here in the second half as they get all 6 of their points going to the rim. As they kicked off with Tanisha Daniels, they got it to her in the post. She did a neat little move on the block, got into the lane and laid it in with the right hand. And then Cassidy Whitney on an inbounds play gets wide open, cutting to the basket. She lays it in with the left hand, and then Clarissa Saavedra creating some offense with her defense, going coast to coast after the steal and laying it in with the right hand. High percentage shots for the Bruins to start the second half. Coming out of the timeout, NIC will inbound right at midcourt. And it's Benedict running the point. Benedict with Giltkin on her. They working around to Staggs on the right wing. Richards is on her. Staggs goes up top to Varco. Varco looks inside, puts it up, and gets it to go. Grace Varco knocks it down from about 14 feet. She has 3, Bruins up 12. On the other end, Cassidy Whitney going strong to the basket. Count it and the foul.
Good job, Cat.
Foul called on number 15, Bailey Schroeder. It's her second team foul on NIC. And it's Cassidy Whitney at the line for her and one. Cassidy's free throw is well off to the left. Board pulled down by Swanson for NIC. And it's Katie King who just checked into the game for NIC running the point now. King runs pick and roll with Varco. Looks to get inside, drops it to Swanson. Swanson pump fakes. Goes up top to King. King three on the way. It's off the right side of the rim, no good. And then the rebound goes out of bounds off of NIC. Bruin basketball.
Here we go.
Saavedra running the point for the Bruins. Hands to Gilpin. Now to Richards. Richards works it to Whitney to a cutting Gilpin. She was wide open, but she couldn't handle the pass. Now she backs it out. King on her. Up top to Saavedra. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, Cassidy Whitney. The lane just parted for her. She cuts in with the right hand and finishes it. As Cassidy has a quick 6 here in the second half. Bruins up 44-28 on the other end. Gilpin takes the pass away, pushes ahead to Shelby Richards. She puts it up with the right hand, no good. Whitney's there for the board. For the Bruins, gets it to a cutting Daniels. Now she resets it to Gilpin. Gilpin with Landick on her. Gets it to Richards and now to Whitney. Saavedra on the right wing with Landick on her. Goes to the high post to Daniels. Daniels backs Swanson down and finishes with the right hand. Tanisha Daniels just bullies her way to the basket. She has 11. Bruins up 18. They come out like a tidal wave here in the second half. Just pushing things out of the way. King on the right wing with Richards on her. Goes up top to Landick. Landick runs pick and roll with Varco. Gets it to Varco. She looks to go to the rim. Gets cut off. Kicks it to Swanson. Swanson a long two. Up. No good. Daniels with the board for the Bruins. Gilpin pushes ahead to Whitney. She drives to the basket and draws the foul. It's called on number 24, Monica Landick. It's her third team foul on NIC. Subs for NIC as Varco checks out, as Tamani checks back in. Gilpin gets it in to Richards. Richards tries to work on the baseline, gets trapped. Now she throws it up top to Saavedra. Saavedra with Landick on her. Goes up top to Whitney. Now to Gilpin on the left wing. Gilpin goes over the top to Saavedra, who's wide open. She can't get the layup to go, and Tamani pulls down the board for NIC. King with it now, into the front court. Drops it to Staggs. Goes into the post to Swanson. Swanson forces it up with the right hand, no good. The rebound's tipped in the air, it falls right to Swanson. And then it goes out of bounds off of Gilpin. Good defense there by Daniels. It looked like Swanson was going to be able to get her way to the basket. Subs for the Bruins as Paulson Glantz checks in for Gilpin. And Tara Goldman is going to check in for Cassidy Whitney. Bruins up 46-28, 15:02 to go here in the second half. Staggs going to put up a three. It's around, no good. Board pulled down by Daniels. Saavedra quickly into the front court. Gets it to Richards. Richards gets fouled as she's going to the basket. It's called on number 23. That's Kara Staggs. That'll be her third. And the fourth team foul on NIC here in the second half. Richards has it. Staggs is on her. She goes to the rim, puts it up, no good. Gets her own board. Can't get the putback to go. And Tamani pulls it down for NIC. Landick quickly into the front court. Works it to Stagg. She thinks about the three. Now she penetrates. It's tipped away from behind by Saavedra. Paulson glance into the front court, gets it to Saavedra. She tries handing it to Goldman, but Tamani's there, tips it away, but it falls right to Goldman. And she lays it in with the right hand. On the other end, Staggs will put up a quick three, or excuse me, a long two. She'll get it to go. Her first points of the second half. Cuts the Bruin lead back down to 18, 48-30. Goldman with it on the left wing. Goes up top to Saavedra. Now to the high post to Paulson Glantz. She goes to the rim, puts it up, no good. As she draws the foul on Penisisi Tamani. It's her second, fifth team foul on NIC. And at the line for two will be Elsa Paulson Glantz. First free throw is up, no good. Subs for the Bruins as number 33, Ashlyn Smith, checks in for the first time tonight. And then Rashawn Gilkin returns for the Bruins. And on the NIC side, Benedict checks back in for King, but with that we've reached our first media timeout here in the second half with 13:50 to go. Bruins up 18, 48-30 on radio, SLCC and KSL.com.
She's a student at SLCC and she's getting her tenders. Courtney's going to have 20 seconds to make four shots. The first shot to layup for $5. Next a free throw for 10. Then a three-pointer for 25. And finally a half-court shot with $100 in the SLCC bookstore. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go! There's more than $5. Free throw, fans. There's a free throw for 10.
Welcome back in on radio SLCC and KSL.com. I'm Zach Hodge bringing you live play-by-play action of Bruin basketball here tonight. As it's the Bruins up by 18, 48-30, 13:50 to go here in the first half. And the Bruins come out shooting hot here in the second half as they are 7 of 11 from the field for 63%. Leading the way has been Cassidy Whitney. She has 6 points here in the second half. She's got 9 total. And it's Elsa Paulsa Glantz makes the second free throw. She went 0 for, missed the first one. NIC with it now into the front court. Staggs with it. Saavedra on her. We're going to pick and roll Swanson. She'll put up a long three. It's well short. Goes out of bounds. Bruins will take over. A little early for NIC's offense to get into panic mode. But that's what that shot looked like. But out of the timeout, NIC comes out in the full court press. We've seen this a lot from them in the past years. Not much today. The Bruins break it relatively easy. Now NIC falls into their 2-3 zone. The Bruins get it to the high post to Goldman. Goldman gets cut off. Now gets it to Gilkin. She goes cross court to Paulson Glantz. Her three's on the way. It's short. The board's pulled down by Benedict for NIC. Schroeder on the left wing. That's off to Swanson. And we're going to get a foul called on Goldman for the armbar. It's Goldman's third. First team foul on the Bruins here in the second half.
Checking in for the Bruins, number 5, Cassidy Whitney.
Subs for NIC as Landick checks in for Staggs. And Cassidy Whitney returns for Tara Goldman. NIC gets it in. Schroeder with it in the corner. They go into the post to Tamani. We're going to get a foul called on the floor on Ashlyn Smith. It's her first. Second team foul on the Bruins. Now NIC to inbound on the baseline. They get it in to Landick. Her pass trying to go to Schroeder, taken away by Paulson Glantz. Paulson Glantz gets it to Giltkin. Oh, Giltkin barely gets past the travel there and knocks down a 15-footer. Bruins go up 21, 51-30. Swanson with it. Looking to drive, but it's taken away by Saavedra. Saavedra going coast to coast again for the second time in the half. The Bruins go up 23, 53-30. Benedict looks to get to the rim, forces it up with the left hand. No good, but we're going to get a travel called on the rebound. As Smith, and I believe it was Gilpin, both grabbed it. Smith falls to the floor with the ball. Travel called, subs for NIC, as Barco returns for Tamani. And we're going to get a timeout taken by NIC. It's a full timeout. We'll take it as well. Bruins up 23, 53-30. 12:04 to go here in the second half on radio, SLCC and KSL.com. Welcome back in on radio, SLCC and KSL.com. I'm Zach Hogg, and the Bruins are up 53-30, live right here on radio, SLCC. NIC to inbound on the baseline. Macy Benedict tries getting it into the post, but it's taken away by the Bruins. Paulson Glantz came out with it, or Gilpin has it now. Rao goes to the left wing to Saavedra. NIC still in their 2-3 zone. Paulson Glantz goes cross-court to Saavedra. She gets cut off, drops it to Gilpin. Gilpin thinks about the 18-footer. Now she puts it up. It's no good. Smith tips it out of bounds. Saavedra chases after it, but NIC will take over. Landick with it. Goes to Schroeder. Schroeder up top to Barco. Barco looks to drive on Paulson Glantz, gets cut off, now goes to Landick. Benedict. And we're going to get an offensive foul called in the post on number 44, Grace Barco. It's her second, 16 foul on NIC, so the Bruins will be in the bonus from here on out. Subs for NIC is Staggs returns, as does King, as Swanson and Benedict check out. Full court pressure being applied by NIC again, a little 2-2-1. Zone trap. The Bruins get into the middle of the floor to Whitney and out of Saavedra, and NIC backs off into a 2-3 zone. Paulson Glantz with it on the left wing. Looks to drive, gets into the paint, loses the handle, gets it back, and it falls to Barco. NIC with it. Staggs loses the handle, goes to out of bounds. Bruin basketball. Couple ugly possessions there as Staggs turns it over right after Paulson Glantz turns it over for the Bruins. NIC still in their full court press. Bruins get it to Cassidy Whitney in the middle of the floor. She stops, dribbles to the 12-foot line, puts it up. It's no good. So we're going to get a foul called on the rebound on number 15, Bailey Schroeder. It's her third, 7th team foul. Subs for the Bruins as Richards returns for pulse and glance. And at the line for the 1-and-1 will be number 33, Ashlyn Smith for the Bruins. Smith's first free throw is off the back of the iron, no good. The rebound goes off of Cassidy Whitney and out of bounds. NIC takes over. The Bruins still up 53-30. Both teams unable to connect here recently. Staggs looks to drive, drops it to King in the corner. She works into the paint, drops it to Landick. Landick tries going inside to Schroeder. It's off of her hands and out of bounds. The Bruins take over. NIC still in their 2-2-1 zone. Bruins push it ahead to Saavedra. Now they back off to Gilkin. Saavedra on the left wing. Goes to Richards into the corner to Gilkin. Gilkin going to put up a 15-footer, and it's good. Rouse got 13. Bruins up 25, 55-30. Staggs will put up a long three and get it to go. Her first points of the second half after she was the offense in the first half. Cuts the Bruin lead to 22. Gilkin gets it to the middle of the floor to Whitney. Whitney gets it to Saavedra. Now Saavedra backs it out and resets the offense. NIC still in the 2-3 zone. Richards goes to Saavedra on the right wing in the corner to Gilkin. Gilkin another jumper on the way, and it's good again. She's got 15. Bruins up 57-33. Schroeder with it for the NIC. The Staggs. Staggs will stop and go. Gets inside, puts it up with the right hand, no good. Varco is there for the putback though. Bruins up 57-35, 8:40 to go. Bruins push it ahead to Saavedra. Saavedra goes right to the rim, ducks under Varco and finishes with the right hand. And we're going to get a timeout taken by the Bruins. Great finish there by Clarissa Saavedra going right to the rim. She has 9. Bruins up 24. 8:30 to go. Bruins up 59-35 on radio, SLCC and KSL.com. Welcome back in on radio, SLCC and KSL.com. I'm Zach Hodge, bringing you live play-by-play Bruin basketball. Coming out of the timeout for the Bruins, it will be Cassidy Whitney, Tanisha Daniels, Clarissa Saavedra, Shelby Richards, and Rashawn Gilkin. But it's NIC with the ball. King running the point. She's joined by Schroeder, Staggs, Varco, and Landick, excuse me. Landick with it. Runs pick and roll with Varco. Now she goes cross-court to King. King's 18-footer is short. Richards grabs the board for the Bruins. She's double-teamed by Schroeder and King, but she gets it to Gilkin. Gilkin pushes ahead, but we're going to get a foul called on the pass on Staggs. It'll be her 4th, 8th team foul. And at the line for 2 will be Rashawn Gilkin. Gilkin so far tonight, 2 of 2, make it 2 of 3 as she misses the front end. NIC with the board. Schroeder pushes ahead to Landick. She goes cross court to Staggs. Staggs goes into the post to Barco. Back to Schroeder. Schroeder up top. 3 on the way, and it's good. Bailey Schroeder knocks down the 3. Cuts the Bruin lead to 21. NIC back into the 2-1 zone press. The Bruins break it by getting it to Cassidy Whitney. Now they back it out. Richards with it. Looks to drive, drops it off to Gilkin. She puts up a 12-footer. It's no good. Board grab by Barco. Schroeder pushes quickly ahead. Now she gets it to King. Staggs on the right wing with Gilkin on her. Staggs looks to drive, gets into the lane. Oh, great pass to Schroeder, and she lays it in with the left hand. Great moves by Kara Staggs to get free in the lane. And we're going to get a turnover by the Bruins as Gilkin crosses over the out-of-bounds line before she inbounds it. Turnover by the Bruins. Subs for the Bruins is Paulson Glantz as well as Goldman return for Whitney and Saavedra. On the inbound, Staggs knocks down another 3. As NIC has caught fire here in the last few possessions. Gilkin trapped in the backcourt. They push ahead to Daniels. And we're going to get a foul called as Gilkin tried throwing it ahead to Daniels. Schroeder goes over her back. Foul call on Schroeder is her 4th. 9th team foul. So this will be the 1-and-1, but after this, it will be the double bonus from here on out for the Bruins. And with that, we've reached our media timeout with 6:48 to go. Bruins up 59-43. Live right here on Radio SLCC and KSL.com.
Delicious homemade sides.
Welcome back in on Radio SLCC and KSL.com. You are watching or listening to live Bruin basketball as it's the Bruins up 59-43, 6:48 to go here in the second half. And at the line for 1-and-1 is Tanisha Daniels. So far tonight, Daniels is 2 for 4 from the line. Daniels' free throw is up and good. Daniels, the only Bruin tonight with a double-double. She has 10 boards and 11 points now. Second free throw by Daniels is up. That one is also good. She was 2 for 2. Bruins go back up by 16, 61-43. Excuse me, 18. King with it. Runs pick and roll with Schroeder. Richards goes under it. Now she's going to run over Barco. She's going to put up a long 3. It's hard off the iron, no good. And Richards grabs the board for the Bruins. Richards crosses the timeline, gets it to Gilkin. Gilkin goes right to the rim and finishes with the right hand. And I see in a 2-3 zone, and those two guards were putting a lot of pressure on Richards, and she was able to get it to Gilkin. She was able to go right down the middle without those two guards there and lay it in. Staggs on the other end momentarily loses the handle, gets it back, goes to the rim, puts it up, no good. But she's going to go to the line for 2. Foul called on number 32, Daniels. It's her second, third team foul on the Bruins. I don't know how Staggs was able to get out of that corner. Able to get all the way to the rim. Now she's at the line for 2. The first one is good. Subs for NIC is Benedict and Swanson return for King and Schroeder. Second free throw by Staggs is around and good. Bruins get it into Goldman, back to Gilpkin, and she pushes ahead to Richards. Richards gets into the lane, puts it up, and lays it in with the right hand. Shelby Richards with the big hop step. Able to finish and put the Bruins up 20, 65-49. Benedict with it. Gets it to Swanson, now back to Benedict. Landick looks to drive, tries going inside to Varco. It's tipped back by Richards, who goes out of bounds on the sideline. NIC to inbound just on their side of the half-court line.
Keep it in front. Shelby, you gotta rotate, Shelby.
Benedict runs pick and roll with Swanson. They go in the post to Varco. Varco puts it up. It's no good. Board pulled down by Daniels. Gilpkin with it. Goes to Paulson, glance in the corner. She goes cross court to Richards. Richards gets into the lane, puts it up with the right hand and gets it to go. On the other end, NIC quickly pushes ahead to Varco. She kicks it back to Staggs. And we're going to get a foul called on the drive on Richards. It'll be her second 14th foul on the Bruins. Subs for the Bruins as Sabedra is going to check in for Gilpkin.
Help side, Elsa. Hand out.
Swanson with it. Goldman on it. Hands back to Landick. Landick crashes right into Goldman as Goldman jumps out the hedge of that screen. We're going to foul call on Goldman. It's her fourth. 15th foul on the Bruins. On the inbound, they try going right into Varco. It's too high and goes out of bounds. Bruins will take over. Subs for the Bruins as Goldman's going to check out as number 25, Carolyn Lantner, checks in for the first time. On the inbound, goes off the hand of Staggs and out of bounds. Bruins will take over on the baseline. Now the officials discussing who it went off of. And they're going to give it to NIC. You got to love when the officials get together, talk about what they see, and then they make the right call. And it will be Benedict inbounding on the baseline. And we're going to get a foul called before the ball is even inbounded. Foul called on number 31, Elsa Paulson Glantz. Her first 16 foul. And the Bruins have gone from 2 team fouls to 6 here in about the last 2 possessions. Benedict inbound, gets it into Varco, back to Benedict. Now she takes the baseline from the corner. They swing it around. Staggs has a 3 on the way. It's well short and off to the right. And Lantner grabs the board for the Bruins. Richards with it. Looks to drive. Loses it out of bounds. And the NIC takes over. Benedict quickly into the front court. Gets it to Staggs. Her 3 is short. And Sabedra with the board. Sabedra crosses the midcourt line and slows it down. Bruins looking to run some clock here. 4 minutes to go. They're up 67-45. They go to the post to Daniels. Daniels spins his lane, puts it up with the right hand and gets a roll. Tanisha Daniels has 15.
You're in 50, you're in 9.
Bruins up 24. Staggs gets trapped in the short corner, gets knocked out of her hands, and now Richards comes out with it and she's fouled.
Hey, Ryan, get together.
Foul call on number 44, Grace Varco. It's her third, 10th team foul on NIC, so the Bruins will be shooting 2. But more concerning for NIC is Kara Staggs is down after she lost the handle, grabbing that right ankle. Bruins up 69-45. Leading the way for them tonight is Rashawn Gilkin, going 7 of 14 from the field, 1 of 1 from the three-point line. She's also 2 of 3 from the charity stripe. She has 5 boards and 4 assists to go along with her 17 points. 2 of the Bruins in double digits, as Tanisha Daniels has 14 on 5 of 6 shooting, and Shelby Richards has 13 on 6 of 11 shooting.
Shelby Richards, 2 ball.
At the line for the 2 will be Shelby Richards. Shelby has 13 and is 0 for 2 tonight from the free throw line. First free throw is up and good. Richards' second is also good. She goes 2 for 2, and now she's going to check out as Gilkin checks in for her.
Know your man, Ralph.
There's Benedict running the point for NIC. 3:30 to go. Bruins up 71-45. Landick at the point. Her pass tipped by Saavedra and grabbed by Daniels. Daniels hands to Gilkin. Gilkin into the front court. Able to get to the free throw line before she stopped. Now she backs down, goes to Paulson Glantz. They try going into the post to Daniels. It's tipped away. Swanson comes out with it. Landick running pick and roll with Varco. Varco wide open momentarily. Now they work it around to Benedict in the left corner. Benedict able to take the baseline. But she steps on the baseline before she's able to get rid of it. Turnover NIC. Bruins take over. Subs for the Bruins is Mata Epinesa as well as number 22, Rachel Vandertulen. Check in for the Bruins. We're going to get a timeout taken by NIC. It's a full timeout. Bruins up 71-45, 2:50 to go right here on radio, SLCC and KSL.com. Welcome back in on radio SLCC and KSL.com. You are listening to live Bruin action. And with 2:50 to go, it's the Bruins up 71-45. And it's Carolyn Lantner to inbound for the Bruins. Gets it into Saavedra. Quick trap comes. They get it back to Lantner. She goes back to Saavedra, and Saavedra able to cross the timeline. Now she goes in the corner to Vandertoolen, and she goes up top to Gilkin. Gilkin gets it to Saavedra on the left wing. Back to Gilkin, now to the high post to Lantner. She drives, puts it up with the right hand, can't get it to go. The board's grabbed by Varco. Swanson into the front court.
Let's go, defense!
Works it in the corner to Landick. Her three's no good. The rebound goes off of Schroeder and out of bounds. Bruins take over.
Same thing. Good. That's good.
Press again by NIC. They get it into Vandertoolen, now to Lantner. They push ahead to Epinesa. To Lantner. Gilpin slows it down, gets it to Saavedra. Vandertoolen now in the corner to Gilpin. Gilpin gonna run, take it over with Epinesa. Down in the corner to Gilpin. Gilpin gonna pull up from 15. Her shot's no good, but it falls right to Mata Epinesa, and she lays it in with the right hand. Epinesa right in the right spot at the right time. Bruins up 73-45. Schroeder with it on the left wing. Goes to Swanson. Now to Benedict on the right wing. Benedict backs up, puts up a long three. It's well short, but it goes right to Varco. She gets it to Schroeder. Schroeder penetrates and is fouled. Foul called on number 42, Mata Epinesa. Her second, 7th team foul, so both teams in the bonus. And with 1:15 to go, it's Bailey Schroeder at the line for two. Schroeder tonight has 5 points on 2 of 4 shooting, and she's now 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Schroeder goes 2 for 2. That's Lantner to inbound, gets it into Gilpin. Gilpin crosses the timeline and slows it down. She goes to the left wing to Saavedra. 1 minute to go, Bruins up 73-47. Gilpin stuck with it, gets it to Saavedra now. 7 on the shot clock. Gilpin penetrates, puts it up with the right hand, hard off the iron, no good, gets her own board and backs it out. Decides to run some time. Up top to Saavedra. Now to Vandertoolen on the right wing. They go to the high post to Lantner, back to Vandertoolen. Her three on the way. It's short, no good. Board grab by Benedict. Pushes ahead to Schroeder. 2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. They try going inside to Varco. She tips it to Schroeder. And then Schroeder's pass trying to go back to Varco's taken away by Lantner. And now the Bruins can't hold it. 10 seconds to go and the Bruins are going to win this one. 73-47. Push their conference record up to 3-1 as they are set to take on the College of Southern Idaho on Saturday. Tip-off for that one will be set for 3 o'clock, I believe, as it will be a battle for second place inside Scenic Western Athletic Conference action, as CSI is in action down in Snow tonight, and they will be right here inside Bruin Arena on Saturday. Yes, tip-off, as I said, is at 3 o'clock, but the Bruins win this one 73-47. Bruins led tonight by Rashawn Gilpin. She finished with 17 points, going 7 of 16 from the floor, 1-1 from the three-point line. She also pulled down 7 boards, had 4 assists and 4 steals. And after her with 15 points, it was Shelby Richards going 6 of 11 from the field, 1 of 2 from the three-point line. She had 4 boards and 3 assists and 2 steals. And then Tanisha Daniels has 14 points, going 5 of 6 from the floor, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. She also had 11 rebounds to be the only Bruin with a double-double. For the night, and then for NIC, leading the way for them with 24. The only player in double figures was Kara Staggs, going 8 of 16 from the field, 5 of 11 from the three-point line. She also was 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. She also had 2 assists and pulled down a board. But she was really all the offense that NIC was able to muster tonight. Not a very balanced offense as they finish 16 of 43 from the field for 37%. NIC does 9 of 24 from the three-point line for 37% and 6 of 11 for 54% from the free throw line. The Bruins finished tonight 29 of 55 for 52%, 3 of 7 from the three-point line for 42%, but only 12 of 22 from the charity stripe for 54%. So the Bruins win it 73-47. Coming up next in about 18 and a half minutes, it will be the men's game, as it will be the same two teams, NIC taking on the Bruins, live right here on Radio SLCC and KSL.com. Stick with us. Tip-off is in about 18 minutes.